Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily energy check. Let's get to the reading without further ado. It's another busy week for me, so I'm just gonna jump straight in. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and you have a lot more information in the description box about my services, my content, anything and everything that might interest you. All right, and let's get started with the reading. So I will start with a quick oracle message from the Angels and Ancestors deck, and then we will do our regular check-in on the energies and what else we need to know about the journey. And then at the end, I will also have this love oracle card deck with me. I'll put some messages in love for each of the twin collectives. All right, and of course, I appreciate all your likes and comments. It helps me circulate this message with people who need to hear it. Feminines, your message is from Lord. Take charge with authority. This is like an equivalent of an Emperor card in this deck. So there's definitely somewhere where you can even be, how to put this, you may almost be pushed or forced to show up in your powerful self, in your power, to show that you are in charge, that you know what you want, that kind of energy. For the masculines, we have a message from the Wise One. Grow within your current situation. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, whatever that situation is that seems challenging, you're learning a lot from it, or you will. Maybe right now, sorry about that guys, maybe right now you don't see the full picture yet, but it is important to be curious about it, you know, and if anything, keep an open mind so that you can learn, you know, so you're able to receive the lesson when it's time. All right, let's see what we have with tarot today. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Pentacles. I'm hearing with this that we are being reminded that we are our best protectors and providers. Kind of like we need to protect our home, to put in the work to get that opportunity that we wanted. You know, we are in the best place to build the relationship of our dreams. We shouldn't be relying on some external force, whether it's other people or just best timing, or even finances that you feel like would enable you to show up in your best form or for your dreams to come true. Bottom of the deck, here, Four of Swords. Yeah, sit with the energy, go into meditation, see what you can do or what you can observe right now. It's not always a doing time. Sometimes it is for the time to observe, to be, you know, to notice things. Divine Feminines, your energy for today is Nine of Wands, clarified by King of Wands. So it seems like there is some kind of a big opportunity on the horizon. It could be a new role in your entrepreneurship or at your job. It could be, you know, meeting someone where you'll be in this energy. There's something big coming in, big energy. And yes, it is connected to the relationship with another person. Could be personal or professional. I guess that's the better way to say it, the easier way for you guys to understand. But you have the fear that kind of blocks that person away from you. They're, you know, they kind of like at the distance where you can see each other, like if you're walking down the street or something, but not close enough to start a conversation, if that makes sense, right? And it's almost like this invisible power, you know, this energy that the person feels that tells them that you're not ready for this yet, for this to get started or for this to move further. So take a look at where you may be sending off that kind of vibe, where you've built a wall, or you just, I don't have the trust, or you feel like you're too busy, you don't have time for this. Whatever that is, rethink it, revisit it. Masculines, you've got Judgment, clarified by King of Swords. Look at all the schemes. Wow. I feel that masculines are stepping into the King of Swords power, but it's a different quality of the King of Swords. It's the King of Swords that it is very intelligent, that is very analytical, like has strong analytical skills, but who doesn't make unnecessary assumptions and judgments. I was actually preparing a podcast episode just today on judgments, on how we judge ourselves and others, and to me this resonates very much, and the masculine energy itself is very good at making judgments. For the most part, it's a survival instinct, because at a certain point in time we needed to make quick decisions, right? But right now we still have that instinct of like just looking at some pieces of information and drawing a quick conclusion before letting it unfold, before asking additional questions. It's like in the older times you didn't have time to ask questions or to observe what that person is gonna do next. Did I make the right call? Like, that was not that important. Important part was survival, right? But now we live in a different world. I'm not saying that those instincts aren't important, but it's like we have our analytical skills actually allow us to go deeper and not to judge people too quickly. And I don't necessarily mean judgment as a negative term. It's more about, like, I don't mean judging negatively, right? We can also judge somebody positively. And based on certain characteristics, we may say, oh, this person is great, or they're so smart, or they're so beautiful, or they're excellent at XYZ, right? So it may sound even like a compliment, but again, you may get yourself in trouble if you've made that rush assumption and judgment without taking a closer look. So there's definitely something important here that comes into the DM's consciousness, of the decision making and what really matters, right? It's like, no, I'm not gonna throw away the skills that I've used before to build connections and make decisions. But now I can also use, first of all, I can use my connection to the higher power to give me additional information. I can also use my body, right, and my instincts in my body. Right? All these different additional tools are available now. Additional question for today is Three of Pentacles clarified by the Tower. We are learning something that basically wipes off, I'm hearing for some people, years of knowledge that was acquired, before. It's like, oh, that doesn't make sense anymore. Like, oh, that was so wrong. Like it reminds me of, I like this example from high school math where, like up until a certain point, we learned that you can't take square roots of negative numbers. And then you learn about complex numbers, and apparently you can. You have that I number, that you can put next to it, and then you can. Like the square root of -4 will be 2i. And it's like, for me at least, it blew my mind. It's like, what do you mean you can? Like all this time it was like such a strict rule that you can't. And now you can. Wow. Right? Like this is something like that. It's like all these different aspects that I've relied upon over the years. So I felt so proud that I've learned that and I've understood that. Now it's like it's all turned around, turned away, and I understand that at least that wasn't complete version of the truth, right? And that was a big deal. Like that is important to understand and to consider. But for certain aspects, it was completely wrong. So, it's like that moment of existential crisis almost that emerges. What do the feminists need to know about it? Yes, the Devil and 8 of Coins. This is another 8 of Coins here in this reading. For feminines, it's a message, or their reaction is like, so I've wasted so much time, so much energy on stuff that wasn't important or wasn't relevant for me, or people who weren't good to me, or whatever it is, or a calling that I thought was my calling, but actually it wasn't. It was something imposed on me. There might be, oh wow, and we have Devil here. So actually for both twins, it might be tough time to reconcile these things. It might call in Dark Night of the Soul, at least the minor version of it, where it's like, wow, I need to revisit like basically my whole life now. For masculines, it's Queen of Pentacles squared by the Devil. And for masculines, like one of the first calls is like, who can I trust now? Can I trust the feminine? Can I trust what I've already built up in my head? Is this still the future that I want together with them? Or again, like, do I need to rebuild and revisit, you know, the vision for my entire life now? What I believe to be true, what I believe to be love, kindness, and all that. Very interesting. Okay, with all that said, let me get out the cards. I don't know why I didn't take them out of the box, but I'm gonna do a quick shuffle. Will remind you guys that I started uploading July horoscopes. I'll continue uploading them today, and we'll hopefully finish up in the next couple of days. I have another trip planned, so that's why I'm a little hesitant to confirm, but I'll do my best. So what is the message in love for Divine Feminines watching? What do they need to know? And this will be relevant regardless of whether you have someone specific in your life or you're single and ready to mingle. What is the message? The Grim Reaper. Wow, the Death. The relationship is over, no second chances. Grow and transform your life. Wow. Hammer. Sabotage, rebuilding, working on it. Interesting. And another one is not enough. Frustration, lack of confidence. Yeah, it's like you're maybe trying to use a hammer on a, I don't know, like, you know, like kind of like force things to work out. But the truth is, whatever that opportunity was or has been, like, it's time to confirm that it's not really for you. At least not at this time, right? Like, stop forcing things. Stop pretending like, you know, like pretending like you don't see certain bad stuff happening, right? And definitely confront your frustration. And I don't mean confront in a bad way, but see what lies underneath it. And you may find a lot more information that you would think, Divine Feminines. What is the message in love for masculines? And by the way, it's not to be taken, the message not to be taken of like, ooh, how could you believe in this relationship? It's over. No, it's like, the message is important because once you confirm or accept that whatever happened is over, and for some of you I'm hearing it could be even the past relationships that's already not in your life, but deep down you still have hope that that person might come around, or that, you know, there's still something there, right? So like it physically, like in the physical world, it's not there, but you have the hope, and that could be the problem, because as long as you're still connected to that old energy, whatever it is, you're not allowing for the new energy to step in. And that again brings me to the King of Wands that we talked about at the beginning. What do the masculines need to know? What is the message in love for the masculines? Girl talk. Time with friends, happily single, living in the moment and having fun. So this is like a Three of Cups kind of energy. Could be literally with goals, why not? So for those who got triggered about that, don't be. Masculines are allowed to have female friends, you know. Then it's clarified by the Dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out, changing, healing, right? Like it's like this immersion with other people, and like helps see different perspective for Divine Masculines. So Divine Masculines, it may seem a little superficial at first, but actually there is a deep meaning, and what's it called? Like it's useful. It's very useful for you to do that. And another card is addiction. But yeah, don't go too far with this. Like, don't try to escape the reality through time with friends and partying and being lighthearted, right? But take it as the language of support and community and networking, and B, to hear perspectives of other people, right? But like keep certain boundaries so that you don't get carried away with it, right? That you don't end up just like doing that, because it's so much easier than trying to build a relationship with someone. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and until next time.